Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. It's been a while. Today we're looking at some Warlord Games Napoleonic epic scale French line infantry. I bought one as a sprue, so you know, people, as I've said before, if you don't know it, people will buy a box on eBay and they'll break it open and sell the sprues. These are plastics, sell the sprues separately. And I don't know how much, depending on obviously what the going rate is really between them all for you know, profit type of thing. I don't know if it's an epic, they might get £3–5. I'm not sure. As an occasion, well, I am a full-time painter, but just to make a bit of profit, I'll buy a sprue, paint it, and then obviously sell it. Now the things with the Warlord sprues are, you will get a say if it's Napoleonic, American Civil War, they will mix it up on the sprue, mainly for cost to them as they produce it. Fair enough, because they sell them in boxes. You know, they will sell you a sprue from their own website, I believe, but obviously it's not really intended to be boxes broken open and people flogging them off separately. So they're all, so you get like a field gun on a sprue with a battalion or line regiment, depending on what, or regiments, depending on what, how you want to call it. And usually there'll be something else on, like some skirmishers or maybe a mounted officer, you know, whatever they've decided to put on that particular sprue. Anyway, it is more cost effective for you to buy a box, to be honest with you. If you know, even if you're going to be painting them to sell, I'd advise you to buy a box. Buying them by the sprue isn't massively cost effective, unless you really are short of dough and you know, you want to convert that sprue into a bit of money and then maybe buy a box with the profits, start all over again. And anyway, I bought a sprue. I'd already bought a couple of sprues, 3 sprues, I can't remember, of British Infantry, if you remember, and painted those, sold those. And I've then decided to buy a box of Old Guard. So yeah, we'll just say Old Guard. Memory's a bit scatterbrained at the moment, and because again, more cost effective. And I've still got one sprue, one regiment left to do, and all the ancillaries like the Marines of the Guard, sailors, and some engineers and stuff that they've got to be done yet. And I thought, I know, I'll get myself you know, some French line infantry, see what they're like. Why I didn't just buy a box, I have no idea, but I bought a sprue. Realised, or I thought I did, that the sprue contained, well, I don't know what I was thinking really. Anyway, I bought, found out obviously it's a mix of greatcoats and tunics, you know, jackets. But not mixed up on each file is either a file of jackets, and it looks, I understand why they're doing it. It's for cost. They're trying to give us a, you know, fairly cost effective way to do large scale gaming. I get that. But I got the one sprue, realised I could do with, I didn't realise you could do a mixture as well. And it turns out, looking at the box, you've got more or less to do one regiment in jackets, one regiment in greatcoats, apart from the command stand, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and a regiment mixed in greatcoats and jackets. Well, I didn't realise that. I just thought they'd be like the British and the French Old Guard, they'd all be the same uniform. So I bought the one sprue, then thought, oh, I'm going to have to buy a second sprue now. So again, so you lose it, you're paying the extra because of the broken boxes. You know, the people are making a profit on those. So you should just buy a box. And I bought a second sprue, and I thought that was it. And I started painting them, had a complete block on them, just lost, you know, interest completely. And I've had them sat around for ages, and needing to pay some bills, I was thinking, what can I, you know, turn into coin? Oh. And I thought, right, just push through these, Gav, get them done. And that's what I did. Felt really proud of myself, because I'd had a serious hoodoo on them. I have no idea why, head problems probably. I just couldn't get past, they were halfway done. And so got them all, did them all, brilliant. And last night I was thinking, right, start basing them, or not so much the flocking them yet, but just sticking them to the bases, because I paint them one strip on one base. I've got enough bases and that to do that. I just find it easier, and then I take and I stick them down with wood glue. See, yeah, what do you call it, wood glue, PVA, and then you can just lift them off. I mean, they'll stay on the base. You could PVA them if you wanted to, and by the time you've put a bit of sanding glue over the top, they'll be solid. But I like to use proper modelling glue on them, plastic to plastic. But while they're in the painting stage, I just put PVA glue on just to tack them, hold them on, because sometimes they're a bit loose on the bases, and they just fall off. So I PVA them down, and then all I have to do is put my scalpel under and just flex them up, and they just pop off. So I do that, re-glue them with modelling glue. Don't know what that clown's up to. Look at me, I've got a beeper, a horn, whatever. Let's not go down that road. So anyway, glue them down, and I'm thinking there's something wrong here already. I thought I'm down figures here. Do not tell me I couldn't have thrown 2 sprues away. They're not big, with a strip still on. But I thought I must have done, not realising that in the box the 3 sprues make these, as the aforesaid, greatcoats, mixed greatcoats and tunics. So I have done the greatcoat unit, but I didn't want to sell them as a block, but I wanted to literally chuck them all on in one go. So now I am going to have to go back to the box breakers and hopefully buy another sprue. I would have put my order in before this video goes out, just in case any box breakers are out there and suddenly the price goes up to an extra £5. Gav's on the lookout for French line. Put the price up. So yeah, gutted. I've spent, that's why there's been no videos going up, because I've done nothing else. I've just been pushing through with these little guys, and to not be able to say, right, I've at least got 2 regiments up for sale, is galling, to say the least. Well, that was a good old ramble on it, wasn't it? Most of the people wouldn't even understand what I'm on about. And to be frank, probably I won't do in a few minutes. Let's go down to the bench, take a look at what I've done. I apologise that they've not been flocked. I won't flock them till everything, the other unit's been done, because then I'll flock them all together, and you never know, somebody might buy all 3 of them. You can live in hope. And I like to keep them all roughly looking the same. So, but we'll have a look of how far I've got, and yeah, I'm gutted. I've got some other epic coming in, because I'm a glutton for punishment, but this time the new Hail Caesar Carthaginian Republican Rome stuff, and it's the elephants. I've got to paint elephants with a howdahs on, the turrets and everything. So I've got a box of them coming in. Only 4. What can possibly go wrong? So yeah, they're coming in. I've also I started last night when I'd finished. I needed something to distract me, and can I reach over? That's it, let's look at Gav's left nostril. I'm starting work doing a non-metallic Necron. I bought him as a single from Box Breakers. By the way, that's nothing derogatory, they're providing a good service. But yeah, I've really got into Necrons over the last year or so. I like the green vibe and the metal. I wanted to see if I could paint one in non-metallic as practice. And guess what? Somebody was selling, again, more box breaking, was selling 17 of the basic troop types of warriors off with some scarab beetles. And I thought, well, they'll be good practice too. So, 17 quid. Wife's going to kill me. Never mind. The good thing is when you buy sprues is you can't claim that there's yet more boxes in the stash. And I do try and teach her. You see, she looks in this particular cupboard we've got in the other room, where her now office is, and I've got modelling stash built up, which she put in there. Inside, there's a few in here as well, but built up. And I keep going down. Perry Miniatures. That one's a Perry Miniatures box as well, because sometimes if I see them on a good deal, even though I might not want to paint them at the time, or I'm too busy, whatever, I'll buy them if I've got the money, if it is a good deal. And just to have in this, I can just hoik them out then and try and turn them into some coin again. But Yeah, again, oh, that's Warlord Epic. They don't count, you see, in the stash pile. They do not count because yes, they are kits, but they are being sold for profit. Necrons I might well keep because I just like them. Anyway, I'm digressing again, aren't I? Let's go back to that bench if we ever got there in the first place and take a look at these figures. Right, thanks for joining me at the bench. This is the completed unit of greatcoats. As I say, you have to have, it's a bit stupid really, but I understand it cost-wise, but you have to have like a tunic, the command section here, so let's put that up. Command section has to have tunics on when the whole regiment is in greatcoats, which is a bit naff, but nothing much we can do about that. As I say, it will be a cost, and I can understand it. If you want these at a reasonable price for large battles, they have to make you know, I don't know, costings or whatever. Gave them a bit of a mix and made the greatcoats just by putting some thin down paint washes on the greatcoats, only in places just to change it. Each greatcoat's just very slightly different. Some have got a more yellowy base, as that one has. You know, obviously a couple of bluey ones in there as well. So this is a complete unit. I could base, as in start flocking it, but I'm not going to. I don't find them too hard, to be honest. I paint the original base is some form of brown. What I'll do there is paint on plastic, what do you call it, primer. But they really do, I mean, I know at the moment on milk bottle tops, say you can't get the actual mass effect, but when they're done so that when they're all ranked base to base, they do look like a very effective, you know, way of showing units. I know to the purists out there, and I'm about to paint a commission for a fella that I paint every couple of years for. Not a huge commission as I've painted in the past for him, but I'm doing an AB metal unit of Westphalian cavalry of some description. And what I was trying to say is here, obviously you can only replicate so far. A lot of the times they will have, and I still might go back and do that with these, but I doubt it. I just gave them white straps for the drinking cords. I might change it just to break up all the white on the front. And again, the drummers I've just done simplified. I haven't even gone up the arms on them, I've just done it at the front. Because when you look at these on a table that's 8 feet away, that'll be the wife checking up on me and Archie. You know, you're not going to see it, so it's just to show he's in the Bardeen colours of the green. I've given them all the same greatcoats on these just for quickness, really, to be honest with you. The problem is you can do lots and lots of little extra bits, but when you're selling units, it often isn't worth it. It can, you know, people can say, oh well, that looks a bit different to somebody else's that's on there, and that might be that might be the thing that gets them to buy. But a lot of the time you're throwing your time, which is money at the end of the day, at stuff that people aren't going to pay any attention to when it comes to handing over money. So, as you can see with our orange or Aurora pom-poms here, not that they really are Aurora, they are orange, but that's at this scale. But I'm missing a file because on the next sprue that I'm going to have to buy, and also this greatcoat unit will go into, because the next one's going to be a mixed unit of these and these, so you know you might have them like that. That'll make the start of the next unit, and this one will need a file off the sprue to fill this one out, which is all a bit galling really, because I say I'd really push through with these to get them done, and I'd just seen them on the bench the night on the evening that I was about to start you know, as I've done, gluing them to the bases, and then suddenly realising, hang on a minute, I can already see problems. So yeah, it's one of those things. So I'll be off to eBay, or I've been off to eBay and sorted another sprue out, but with the commission coming in, I might still just paint the sprue quickly. Well, not quickly, but paint it so I can get these up for sale. Bit of a shame really, but there we go. You get a commander with each unit. And what I also did with these, because it's been such a while, I changed the face colours on them by a base colour. I put some more of the reddy shadows in there. So I literally, probably about 5 or 6 of these single strips, I've had to go and redo all the flesh, which isn't, you know, there's only it's only 3, a base, 1 highlight, and a very bright highlight. This guy's obviously still a work in progress. So thank you for listening to me waffle on. What's coming up? Probably show a bit of this Necron off when he's get under the camera. So I'm trying non-metallic. I was putting a bit of green in there, but I'm going to repaint all that. I might keep it, I don't know. But it's quite hard. He's a hard one to paint, or probably all the others will be, just because of how you've got to stick them together. As you can see, he's got no head, and the rest of his chest piece, whatever, has got to be stuck on. But it was trying to get to the inside before. If you're just going to spray them or hand paint and metallic, it wouldn't be such a problem, I wouldn't think. Then get some washes in there. But when you're doing non-metallic, it's you need to conform to the shapes, and those convex ones were really hard to do, and I didn't really achieve much. But and I wanted to put a bit of green in there as well, just on a low level. But I don't think that's particularly worked. I might repaint those tonight or this afternoon. So anyway, I'm digressing yet again. Look after yourselves. So we might have a bit of him coming up. What else? When I get the Warlord Epic Elephants come in, we'll have an unboxing of those. I haven't forgotten the Waffen-SS figure reveal. Base is all painted and sanded. I'll just have to put some tufts and stuff on. It's pretty low key on that one really. As I say, because of the base, and I didn't want to cut anything off it, as in because it was a 3D print. I was too worried about breaking legs off or whatever. It was just an enjoyable painting exercise. It was just a shame about the layer lines all through it. So I will get a show of him in the week, because he just needs some tufts on. Hal Moore, Colonel, I've just got a sort of a plinth out for him. He's all painted, as you've seen on the community tab. I haven't done anything to my ships, Black Rover or the HMS RFA Black Rover and HMS Invincible, only because I've been tied up with painting these, and I've said to myself I'm going to paint the Necron today and tonight, and tomorrow I'm going to have a day on my ships and get those sorted. Still haven't done anything more with the 28mm War of the Spanish Succession. I'd say they're all painted, haven't had a varnish coat on them yet. They need, because I completely forgot, I haven't done the halberd and that for the sergeant. I've got to redo all that, so that's on hold for a bit. The Bavarians have got no further forward. Is there anything else that they haven't got any further forward. I'll have some epic, as I'm going through part painted stuff, I've just got some 95th rifles from the epic range, British infantry. They've just got to have a couple of touches done. Why I just went off them everything with the epic for a while, but they just need a few bits and done to them, and they're ready to go up for sale. So, and I've got a battery of old guard artillery in epic that's got to go up for sale. That's about it really. I don't think there's anything else. There probably is. I've ordered so much of late. Yeah, we'll depending on the videos. As I say, the wife working at home now is absolute havoc. The internet has, although Since it's the school holidays over there, it seems to have drained our internet again. We're like one of those African lakes that's drying out. But we have had decent internet. But obviously with my wife working from home, the amount of noise and constant like phone calls, because Arch goes between what's between one room and the other, we can't have the door shut, and it's baking hot in the UK at the moment, so or baking hot for us, so you can't very well enclose her in a little box room. So yeah, it's just, you know, I can only put videos when I can put up videos these days, so I apologise for that if anybody does miss them, all two of you. So thank you very much again. Look after yourselves, enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much for all the kind words and likes that get pressed. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video.